Muhammadu Buhari was born on December 17, 1942 in the Fulani settlement of Murkwal in the outskirts of the famous Hausa city of Daura. He is the 9th child and only son of Malam Adamu and Malama Zulaihatu.
Buhari an yaye shi ya samu ko shekara biyu ce ko uku baban mu ya mutu.
Our dad died when Buhari was about 2 to 3 years old. We depended on our mother for everything.
Under the tutelage of his mother, at 6, young Buhari was among a few children opportune to be enrolled in Town School Number 1, Daura.
He attended Daura 1, located then at the Secretariat near Emir's Palace.
We went to the same primary school. Although he comes along with us to the stream, he never swims.
Nevertheless, under the care of his half-brother, Malam Dauda Daura, who was on transfer as headmaster, young Buhari completed his junior primary education in nearby Me Adwa, a thriving marginal town within the Nigeria-Niger border. Muhammadu Buhari's ability saw him among those that passed and proceeded to middle school.
About 96 of us, 96 precisely, passed the exam and were shortlisted for middle school.
The middle school later transformed to Government College, Katsina.
General Buhari was a student of this college. He was admitted in 1956, and then he graduated from here in 1961. All his records are intact right from secondary school 1 to secondary school 6. And all his report cards are intact right now on the file. And going by the recommendation and the comments of his teachers in the file, from all indication, we can see General Buhari, right from his secondary school, is a person of good character, is a person with personality traits, somebody who command respect from his classmates and his teachers. He was even the head boy officer when there he graduated.
When we finished secondary school, 61, we set for the West African Cambridge examination. General Buhari, Shehu Musa Radwa, went straight to the Nigerian Army.
Youthful Buhari enlisted in the Nigerian Army in 1961. In a distinguished military career, Buhari rose through the ranks. During the Murtala regime, Muhammadu Buhari was made governor of the then northeastern state, which comprised the entire northeast geopolitical zone. He subsequently served as Federal Commissioner or Minister for Petroleum and Natural Resources in 1976. Shortly before the military handover of 1979, Buhari was moved back to Army headquarters as Military Secretary and member Supreme Military Council. With the Army back in the barracks, Brigadier Buhari pursued and obtained a master's degree in strategic studies from the U.S. Army War College in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Successively, Brigadier Buhari became the General Officer commanding 4th Infantry Division, moved on to Ibadan as General Officer commanding 2nd Mechanized Infantry Division, and thence to Jos as General Officer commanding 3rd Armored Division of the Nigerian Army. Buhari's track record of Spartan life and commitment to the Nigerian project made him the obvious choice of his colleagues who invited him to lead the nation in December 1983.
Buhari fit in very well because he was a good soldier, quite honest. He's a man of his mind, you know. So I think he quite easily fit into it. He doesn't have any disruptive influence as a person. He is free from such things like alcoholism, he's free from all the vices that people get indulged in. He was free, and it was not difficult to pick him up as an ideal person.
Buhari was forced out in the coup of August 1985. As a pensioner in his early 40s, the former head of state went into full-time farming and rearing of cattle. Almost a decade passed in retirement before Muhammadu Buhari was invited back into public life to lead the Petroleum Trust Fund, PTF, set up by the Abacha regime in the mid-90s. The general's distinguished performance as PTF's helmsman, among others, convinced the famed Buhari think tank about his electoral value and the need to persuade the people's general to join politics in April 2002. Having been convinced, Muhammadu Buhari threw in his hat and pitched tent with the All People's Party, later All Nigeria People's Party, ANPP. He won the ticket of the party but lost the presidential election to PDP's Olusegun Obasanjo. Leveraging on his political appeal and huge followership, Muhammadu Buhari again clinched the 2007 ANPP presidential ticket. He squared it out with his PDP challenger, late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Alongside trusted associates across the country, he formed the Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, just months to the 2011 elections. Although Buhari had one of his best outings in the polls, his heroic contest failed to stop PDP's Goodluck Jonathan from becoming Nigeria's elected president in 2011. For the third time, Buhari headed for the courts to contest the presidential election. Although he failed to upturn even one of the three elections he challenged up to the Supreme Court, by attending all but one sitting of the courts, his tenacity of purpose was tested beyond the endurance of a casual Democrat. The third attempt was not Buhari's last. He joined like minds to form the All Progressives Congress, APC, to challenge the incumbent and entrenched People's Democratic Party, PDP. With a balanced ticket, the APC plunged into the campaign trail, riding on a manifesto of change, anti-corruption and economic reconstruction.
No one wants to take the blame for what we become.
The moment we came out with our candidate and his running mate, Nigerians took ownership of the party, and it transformed from being a political party to a movement.
Like the cat with 9 lives, this 9th child showed he is a child of destiny like the famous Abraham Lincoln, undeterred by past disappointments and energized by the patriotic conviction that Nigeria deserves better leadership.
I intend to keep my oath and serve as president to all Nigerians. I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
President Buhari's demonstrable integrity has since won him, and by extension Nigeria, new friends in the international community. He was invited to address the G8 in Germany a few days after his assumption of office. He also earned a commendation from the United Nations Secretary General and the leading nations of the world.
Mr. President, you're doing all right? I hope all the accommodations have been okay? Good. Have you met Prime Minister Trudeau?
Very much.
He's doing a good job.
He is indeed.
Muhammadu Buhari, Nigeria's 6th democratically elected president, has inherited a Nigeria facing one of her most challenging economic experiences. But as his life has shown, this disciplined leader has never been known to step back from a challenge.